Hey friends, happy Christmas Eve, and welcome to another Top 5 video, not on Tuesday, but a Christmas Eve bonus episode. I guess I should sing a song, huh, Rufus? Let's see, can I come up with one on the spot? When you go in lots of Targets, you see lots of pegs. And when you go in lots of Walmart, well, you see lots of pegs. And when you go in 100 Walmarts and Targets, you see all sorts of things warming those pegs. Here are the top 5 peg warmers of 2022. That was not very good, I'm sorry. But yes, top 5 video this week of the top 5 peg warmers 2022 is the Christmas Eve bonus. While we're talking about those peg warmers, I'm going to open two things that are certainly not peg warmers. They are the Secret of the Ooze Turtle 2-packs from NECA that they put up for pre-order on Black Friday and had like 6 in stock. But then they made a hearty amount available on Cyber Monday. They were up for many hours. I do have the 4-pack still coming in at some point, but these are the 2-packs that would be exclusive to Walmart. I have never seen, and I don't think they're warming pegs anywhere. But now, this is kind of a deceiving title, the top 5 peg warmers. I mean, I'm going to list them in order, but it really isn't in order because there's no, it's not that I like these figures or don't like these figures. It's just, these are figures that you can find pretty easily and have been able to find for most of the year as long as they've been out. Let's see what this backdrop is. Oh, a sewer backdrop. I may actually hang on to that. Have as a background for pictures. So, my rules were pretty simple. Do I know of at least 4 places right now that I could take you to and we would see the figure on a peg? It had to fit that category if I was going to count it for a peg warmer. I just filmed 2 hunt videos yesterday, so I went to a bunch of Targets and Walmarts yesterday. Are there at least 4 stores that I could take you to right at this moment and know beyond a shadow of a doubt these figures would be there? That's the end of the criteria. Some of this stuff, it's hard because did it come out in 2021? Did it come out in 2022? I don't remember. Some stuff has been peg warming for so long that it probably would be on both lists, which is an interesting thing. So let's talk about some honorable mentions first. The first 2 we're going to say are because I'm almost positive they're just 2021 ones, probably even middle of 2021 that hung out. That's Marvel Legends, the Eternals wave. These have been warming pegs for so long. They warmed pegs when Target discounted them to like $3. We bought a bunch of them. We gave them to kids. Hopefully the kids appreciate those. I think they're warming pegs in the Ollie's Bargain Outlet now. But I think this is a figure from way earlier last year. I don't remember exactly. Not as much with this set. There's the accessory set coming. Doesn't look like as many plastic ties, which I appreciate. I think NECA's doing a little bit better on not having the 1 million plastic ties. Anyway, so the Eternal set, what more is there to say? You've all seen it. You've all seen it clearance. I picked up 4 or 5 of the Mercari figures at the Disney outlet for like $1.50, something like that. So that's been set in a long time. In the same line, the G.I. Joe, the movie figures, the Snake Eyes movie figures, especially Akiko and Baroness, but even Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow and Scarlet. I mean, those figures have been sitting for a long, long, long time. But I think both of those are pretty firmly in last year, so they're honorable mention. Some real honorable mention for this year. From McFarlane, you've got the Batman movie figures from the Batman movie. I thought those were going to be popular at first. I think that movie is good. We enjoyed it. I liked it. I thought Pattinson did a good job. I liked the tone of the movie. Honestly, I'm a little surprised that more people didn't like it. It made a lot of money. But either they just mass-produced those figures. This is a challenging cut. There we go. And they just made too many, or people didn't buy them because they are everywhere still. And McFarlane stuff does tend to. Something else? No, only a single plastic for Wrath. That's nice. A single one of these, not like 40,000. But the McFarlane Batman movie figures, there was the huge displays. But really, all of them became pretty easy to find. I tried to give away a whole wave of them, like 8 of them. Nobody wanted them. I have them for sale on eBay really cheap. I mean, I think I've got them down to like $10, $8 a figure, something like that. People still don't want them. So, I mean, it is what it is. Come on out, Leo. Rufus is very interested in what I got going on. So he hears the noise. He's like, that sounds like it's for me. That sounds like it's a toy. Can I have it? He is right between my legs. Come on, Leo. Let's get on out. Release your hand from the prison. There we go. You know what? These look good. I haven't looked at my regular turtles in a long time. I think the head sculpts are different. These are slightly different. Man, you forget how good NECA stuff can be because of how frustrating the rest of their company is. But the Batman movie figures, they sat on pegs. They're still available. But they don't fall into the top 5. Also from McFarlane, the whole line of the DC Superpowers. Is anybody collecting that line? Oh, look at that. No tabs at all on the weapons. I thought it was going to take me a while to unbox all this stuff while I was doing this, but it is coming right out. That's great. And I will give you a close-up like I do with other unboxings. Unique, here they have half-eaten slices of pizza with them. I know you can't see that. I'll give you a close-up at the end. That's it. That is the quickest I've ever unboxed a NECA 2-pack ever. Only 2 plastic twist tie things. I guess NECA's listened, or they found other ways to make it better. Because I know a lot of people collect the NECA stuff in package, so I understand wanting to keep it secure. I hate getting all that crap out. All right, so the whole line of the McFarlane DC Superpowers, it's just been sitting forever. There were the huge displays. You can find those any Walmart you go to very, very easily without much challenge at all. Really, it's not a difficult thing to find those, and I think they look fine. That's not geared toward me, even though the Superpowers line is a cool line, a line that I remember well. I don't know that I ever really had any of the Superpowers figures growing up. Honestly, I don't know. I don't remember. I probably did here and there, but the Kenner Batman figures that are more like 90s are actually something I remember having more of. I think Superpowers may be just a touch older than me. I think. I can't promise that, but I think. So I don't know. People don't seem to be buying those, but those are sitting everywhere. And then a kind of a surprise honorable mention: the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Wave that came out this year. Now I'm not talking about the Black Suit Spider-Man, Ben Reilly Spider-Man. Those are kind of hard to find. But the rest of the figures, maybe Hobgoblin to a lesser extent, but I could bring you to a shocker right now in about 5 different stores. Spider Armor Mark 1, multiple stores, Hammerhead, and all those are pretty heavily discounted online, like $10. So that wave surprisingly didn't sell well, but then when I think back about some of the other retro waves, the first Spider-Man retro wave, the Avengers retro wave, or whatever that first one was called, those also sat for a while. And then they became worth something in the aftermarket. But that wave was hard to find in the beginning, but now is sitting in a lot of places. So all those are honorable mentions. None of those are actually on the top 5 list, but they are all our honorable mentions this time. It's pretty cool. You can have the pizza on Raphael's sigh dangling off, and it's got the cheese hanging off of it. I think that's the first time we got that effect, at least at this scale. We may have got it at the quarter scale. I think at this scale, it's the first time we've gotten it. Let's see. All right, anyway, now let's get on with our list. The top 5 proper. Let's see if I can get that. Oh, no! No, Rufus, don't eat Leonardo's katana. It was hard to get this set. It's not for Rufus. There we go. He's having some pizza. It does have the ooze canister. You can't see that. All right, so let's get into our top 5 proper. Now, number 5, and you're going to see... there was one more honorable mention that I wanted to bring about, and it's thematic because of what we're talking about. Rufus wants to go outside and bark at the dogs that are out there barking that want to ruin every video I ever make because they are terrible dogs. and they bark at everything under the sun. But the last honorable mention was NECA. NECA, Cartoon Ninja Turtles. Anything except the Turtles this year has peg-warmed. All of it. Turtles in Disguise you can't find. I think that's last year anyway. The Haulathon 4-pack was pretty hard to find. But everything else, it's easy to find. You can go in almost any Target in this area and find all. You can find the Rock Soldiers 2-pack. You can find the Zack and Smash 2-pack. You can find the Neutrinos. Usagi less so. He's not as easy to find. You can find the glow-in-the-dark Muckman. You can find Muckman, Mondo Gecko, Wingnut and Screw Loose. Just all of it. Pizza Monster's pretty easy to find. You know, and I don't know if that's evidence of the line declining in attention. The aftermarket is not as high, so there's not flippers buying it as much. I'm not sure. I'm genuinely am curious. But you can certainly find the rest of the NECA stuff. I failed to mention that honorable mention. Now, let's get on with it. So, for our top 5, we're going to start with a Hasbro product. And it is from Transformers, and it is the Transformers Studio Series 86-12 Leader Class Transformers the movie Coronation Starscream. I think this is actually a good figure. I own it. I've never opened it, nor have I opened any of my... I have most of the 86 movie, that subline of Transformers, the 86 series. I don't have the Ironhide that's just come out, but I think I have everything up until that point. And these are identical, yes. So the little backdrop of the sewer is an identical backdrop. And I think they are great. I think the packaging is good. I think they look good. The Starscream may be the first plastic-free packaging that doesn't show the figure at all in the Transformers line. So Transformers had gone to plastic-free with Hasbro ahead of everything else, and they had like a cutout, like a die cutout, where you could still touch the figure. You've all probably seen that, right? With no plastic window, but you can still see the figure. The Starscream is entirely where you can't see it the way Marvel Legends is now, G.I. Joe is now. I don't know if that had something to do with it. It's expensive. Leader class figures are like $40, $50, something like that. Comes with the throne. You know, it's a niche figure. It's depicting a 1-minute scene of the movie, but a pretty iconic scene of the movie. Coronation Starscream. This is bad comedy where Starscream is going to get blown up by Galvatron. But I don't know. I don't know why this has sat. Did it get overproduced? Did people just not interested? Is the price point not right? But it has. And I know that without even studying any data, and that every single store that I hunt at, Coronation Starscream is there, and I say it in almost every video. I find myself saying Coronation Starscream, which tells me that I'm seeing it a lot. So, you know, Transformers not a thing I hunt for very often either, so there may be more Transformers on this list, but that is definitely on the list, and I could take you to many stores that have it. It also doesn't seem to really go on discount much. I think some places online have it on discount, but not much. So that's number 5 from Hasbro, the Coronation Starscream. Number 4, also from Hasbro, it's our Marvel Legends on the top 5. That is from the Bonebreaker wave, which a great deal of that wave could also have been in this category, and that is the Darwin figure. I see that figure everywhere. Sometimes in large quantities, and it doesn't seem to move at all. And you look at that figure and you can see why. It does not look good. It doesn't come with anything, I don't think, except for the big piece to the Build-A-Figure, which is like the half of the tank for Bonebreaker. You know, and I'm sure Anthony's Customs doesn't do it any favors when he, you know, sarcastically compares it all the time. You know, basically calling it the worst Marvel Legends figure of all time. So he comes with 2 half-eaten pieces of pizza. That's a different slice there. That's like, they're like black olives and green peppers. I think those are different. Chucks, 4 sets of Chucks. Probably one that's loose wire, and then one that's probably bendy wire, I bet. Yeah, bendy wire and like loose wire. 1 bow staff. See, I don't know that the Mikey has these holsters on him in the first movie. I don't know. Compare it. Ooze canister. I don't remember who uses this thing. You want me to throw the ball? And then an alternate forearm? Who needs an alternate forearm and why do they need it? Looks like it's a Donatello right forearm? But I don't know what that's for. Is there a reason somebody has an alternate forearm? Huh. I'll have to look that up. These guys look great, though. I see why they're difficult to get. You know, I think there actually are improvements. Here, give me the ball, buddy. You dropped it. Where did it go? There you go. Go get it. You hear him running to go get it. You know, I think there are actually improvements. You know, that's probably hard to get, but I don't know who that forearm's for. I don't know. We'll have to look that up. But the Darwin figure, it just doesn't look like it's very good. I didn't get the Bone Breaker wave. I'm not getting any of the comic figures, or just a very few amount of the comic figures. We're getting symbiotes. You know, I want that Gore that's Amazon exclusive, but I didn't pre-order it at that ridiculous price. And now it feels like that may have been a mistake because it's kind of expensive. Now, let's see which chucks are supposed to go in there. But I don't know. The Bone Breaker build figure seems... Oh, no, are these the salamis as opposed to the... Oh, yeah. They're the salamis instead of the nunchucks. That's fine. I think I may have him with the salamis in hand. Or whatever they are. Sausages or whatever they are. Here. There you go, buddy. So, did any of you get the Bone Breaker wave? You know, I saw a lot of online excitement for that wave, but I don't see it selling a lot. You know, the Reavers, I mean, that's kind of a niche. You know, you got to be pretty hardcore into comics, I think, to be looking to complete that line. I don't think that's a big dominant pop culture group. So, I don't know. It did not seem like that was a great selling figure. But that Darwin, especially from that line, easy to find. Easy to find in my area, at least. I don't know. You can let me know about your areas. I don't feel like posing these because it's going to take me 10 hours to do this video if I keep playing with them and playing with Rufus at the same time. Here you go, buddy. Here. All right. Now, number 3, we go away from Hasbro. We go to Jazzwares. And that is the All Elite Wrestling Unrivaled Series 7 Nyla Rose. I think this figure came out this year. It says some places November, December last year, but I think that's only if you got it from like Ringside Collectibles or a place like that. I think showing up in stores was this year because Wave 7 is the last wave that I never collected. I had collected all the way through 6. I never opened Wave 6. Wave 7 I never bought. And I sold my AEW, a lot of my AEW stuff to Seth in... whenever that was, like April? Toylanta time, March. And so she had to have come out for us in that calendar year. You know, if you didn't pre-order it from a place like Ringside that gets things early. So, Nyla Rose, and really, the AEW line in general, all of it could be Pegwarmer of the Year. You can find AEW kind of starting with Unrivaled Wave 4, and then all of Unmatched. In all our stores here, 20 or 25 AEW figures, easy. And every single store you go to, they have just sat and sat and sat. The Santana and Ortiz from Wave 4, big time Pegwarmers. You know, but I know those are definitely last year. But there's Nyla Rose figures everywhere. Nobody buys it. Their female figures in general don't sell well. It seemed like they really struggle. What was her name? Rio figure sat for a long time. The Brandy was hard to find, so I don't know that you can compare that. The Britt Baker from Unmatched Series 1 is easy to find. Really, this line feels like it's dying. It feels like a super oversaturation. Way too many figures, way too many figure lines. They've got the Unrivaled and the Unmatched and the Ringside Exclusive and the Supremes. And they've only been around for like 2 or 3 years. And I think they've oversaturated their own market. I just think they have. Because people like me don't buy them. Even you, like the major wrestling figure guys, Ryder, Hawkins, they don't buy them anymore. I just think they've hurt themselves in this line. But that Nyla Rose is just everywhere. It's just everywhere, and she's representative. So number 3. Number 2, we go back to Hasbro. We'll stay with Hasbro for number 2 and number 1. Number 2, it's kind of a combo. It's the G.I. Joe Classified Series. And we're going to say it's both Classified Series number 25, Lady J, as well as the Retro Cardback Series, Walmart exclusive, Lady J. Now, I know that the Classified Series 25, Lady J, came out last year. I know it did. Any store you go to, you can find Flint, Lady J, and Cobra Commander. And you have been able to for a year plus, along with the movie figures. Anyone you go to. For some reason, those are never discounted. Then in the last couple months, the retro card back, the really terrible, flimsy retro card back that Hasbro has done for G.I. Joe, Lady J, is in every Walmart I've got now by the droves, by 6, 12, 18, and the Baroness. But because Lady J has both, I'm counting her. And again, this is representative of certain things with the distribution problem of the G.I. Joe line. So you get all these Lady J's, all these Baronesses, all the Lady J Flint, Cobra Commander, but you can't find some of the other characters that you want, that you're looking for. Very problematic in the way distribution works. Target, it does seem to order whole cases of single figures instead of case assortments. That feels newer in the last couple years, kind of post-COVID. Whereas in the past, it seemed to be they always get a case assortment. And, you know, because you'd find pieces of them and then the highly sought after ones you wouldn't be able to find. Now you just find a whole bunch of America Chavez figures all at once, but no other from the Renshaw wave. And America Chavez, that figure was on contention for this list. But that's a distribution issue that I think is causing a lot of these pegs to warm. And, you know, it's kind of frustrating. It really is. So, but that for number 2, it is G.I. Joe Classified Series, the Retro Cardback Lady J, and the Classified Series Lady J. You could buy 50 of those in my area right now if you wanted to. Now let's move to our number 1 figure of the year for peg warming. And again, this doesn't mean it's the best or the worst. It just means when I think peg warmer, it's the number 1 thing I think of. I think we all know what's coming. That is basically any version of a Hasbro Lando Calrissian figure. They are everywhere and have been everywhere for so long. It makes you feel bad. The one I think I see the most is the Black Series General Lando Calrissian from Return of the Jedi. I can't tell you how many times I've seen that figure. But also, you've got the Archive Collection Lando Calrissian Skiff Guard, like the Archive wave. You see that one everywhere. And then the 3 3/4, I think it's the Vintage Collection. I think it's the same, like an Empire Strikes Back Lando. And then there's also like a Credit Collection Lando. And I think that's the same as that Black Series one, just on a different card. These figures are everywhere. They are everywhere. And honestly, it kind of surprises me because Lando's a main character in Star Wars. He's been in the Solo movie as well. Obviously a different actor. It's not like this is, you know, random character 2. He's pretty main. Now, in fairness, the Leia Skiff Guard, the Leia in the white, those have also peg warmed this year. But, you know, you'd think main characters would sell a little bit better, but not this one. I mean, and maybe it's just too many Landos in a short period of time. Maybe they're just making sure to get the most out of their mold. I don't know. But you can, and again, it doesn't really get discounted. I don't understand what's happening, why it doesn't get discounted, but it seems, you know, that they're just perfectly content for that thing to sit on the pegs until the end of time. And that's what it's going to do. Because even if it goes to Big Lots or Ollie's or anything like that, people aren't going to buy it there, you know, maybe for $5, maybe. But it is easily the peg warmer of the year, and I think you'd all agree with that, Lando. All right, well, let's wrap it up. I do want to give you a close-up of these turtles. Let's do that right now. All right, let me show you these guys. Show you Raphael there. You see the dripping cheese off that slice of pizza. They all have the same sculpt. Just a little bit different head sculpt and such. He's got the little places where you can put his size. Leonardo, The portraits on these are really nice. There you see the half-eaten slice of pizza. I think it's cool. So you do get this slice of pizza, which I think is like olives and peppers. Get a couple of those, a couple half-eaten pieces of pizza there. Put those there so you can see. This is across both 2-packs. You get an ooze canister that has ooze in it. And then you get one that is empty. I don't remember getting an empty ooze canister. Lots of different hands. Here's Mikey. There you go. See, he's got the salamis. Look at the portrait on him. It's just fantastic. It's got the holsters. And then Donnie. There you see Donnie. My ribbons on the back right out of the package are a little messed up, and that's a small fingers thing, so I made to get the girls to help me with that, which is a little frustrating. But I realized the forearm, I watched Toy Shiz's video, and I forgot all about that he has a watch, like in the movie, hidden underneath there. So if you don't want him to have the watch, then you can use the alternate forearm piece that comes with it. So that's a great set of figures. That's a great set of figures, it really is. Let me go put them up in the display and compare them. So here's the first movie Turtles. I don't remember, honestly. They've released the original 4-pack, the GameStop single releases, then the 2-pack reissues, and I have, I think, all of those. I'm not sure which ones those are. I think I've got heads from accessory kits, so I don't know. But that's the first movie ones. Here's the second movie ones. You can certainly see the skin. It's a little bit different, more of the splotches. Oh boy, don't fall. Don't fall. There you go. And the expressions are different. So that's a big thing, I think, is the head sculpts. Expressions are different accessories. And the skin tone is definitely different. A little more splotchies and such on those guys. But there we go. Finally, the Secret of the Ooze shelf has its Turtles and its Shredder. And maybe complete. I think they're doing Kino. I think that's Secret of the Ooze. But these two shelves are probably pretty doggone close to complete. And I think they look good. Well, I hope you enjoyed the top 5 Pegwarmers of the year. And the look at the Secret of the Ooze Turtle 2-packs, which I've been looking for so long I felt was worthy of having a video. Rufus is knocked out. He's ready for a nap. I'm on my day off. I'm going to take a nap with him. You see, we've got most of our Christmas presents out. Christmas Eve for you. Hope you have a great Christmas weekend. Hope you're enjoying all the top 5 videos. And hopefully, if any of these are figures you were after, which I did buy 2 of them. I bought both the Lady J's and I bought the Starscream. You got them at peg-warming prices and not full retail price. I hope so. Anyway, have a Merry Christmas Eve. We'll talk to you soon. Squeeze it.